my great pleasure to introduce to you today our first contestant, Sapphire Starr, Finding Your Way, Sapphire Starr.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and a welcome guest. How many of you have felt lost or unsure of what direction you were headed in life? I know I certainly have. I've learned that it's in these most difficult times of our lives that we truly discover what we are made of. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 thoughts on finding your way when life's path seems unclear. First, embrace the journey. Last year, I walked 172 miles or 280 kilometers on the Camino de Santiago Português. The Camino de Santiago, or the Way of St. James, is a pilgrimage route to the cathedral in Santiago de Compostela, a city in Spain. It's believed that at the cathedral, the apostle St. James was buried. I learned about the Camino back in 2015. I was going through a very dark time in my life. In the middle of a divorce, unfulfilled at work, and my uncle, who was like my father, had recently passed away. I was lost. I needed to find my way. Devastated, I quit my job and moved to Hawaii. While living on the island of Molokai, I met this couple training for the Camino while on a hiking trail. They shared with me their experience and encouraged me to watch the Netflix movie called The Way. That night, after watching The Way, I decided I was going to do the Camino one day. One day, 8 years later, my dream came true. See, the goal of the Camino gave me hope. It gave me purpose, something to look forward to in a dark time in my life. Life, it can be filled with twists and turns, and sometimes the road ahead can be daunting. Instead of fearing the unknown, we can view these as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Each new experience, no matter positive or negative, can shape who we are to become. Secondly, trust your instincts. I backpacked from Portugal to Spain in 13 days. Around day 5, I woke up at 5 a.m., grabbed my backpack with everything I owned in it, and headed out of town. Eventually, I trekked up this very steep hill into this forest. Once in the forest, it immediately began pouring rain. Anxiously, I kept hiking. After a while, I noticed I had not seen one pilgrim in sight. I began to wonder, am I lost? Is this the way? In that moment, alone, tired, soaked and wet, a small voice from within whispered, "You got this." Deep down inside, we all have an inner compass that guides us to what is right for us. It's important that we listen to that very small voice and trust it's going to lead us in the right direction. While outside advice can be helpful, ultimately, we have to make decisions aligned with our vision and our goals. Lastly, stay focused. With each new day, walking along coastlines, meandering through small towns and majestic forests, life noises became more and more quiet. I began to hear my deepest thoughts much clearer. I was focused, determined to complete the journey. I remember an acronym my mentor taught me. Focus. Follow one course until successful. See, once you set your intentions to become stubbornly focused, you will find your way. Finding your way isn't always easy, but it's possible. When I embarked on the Camino, I didn't know what to expect. But I knew it was going to be a life-changing experience. And when I finally arrived at the steps of the cathedral, I was reminded that it's the simple things in life that brings me the most joy. See, the physical effort required to reach the pilgrim's goal is often interpreted as a metaphor for the human spiritual journey, filled with heartache, loss, and sacrifice. But by embracing the journey, trusting your instincts, and staying focused, you will have the tools necessary to navigate life's uncertainty with confidence and grace. As I leave you today, in the words of motivational speaker Les Brown, don't just be a passive spectator on this journey called life. I challenge you to be an active participant, discovering and finding your way. Thank you.